Friday, day 127, 12:23 a.m. So if you're new to this is a journey of 0 to 1 billion. It's basically just me documenting myself every day, building my business models, LBOs. We talk about buying businesses using leverage. Some people call it QLA. I'm not fully following it to a T, but that's kind of where it stemmed from. So what did I do today? Today I woke up, today I basically went to work. I did cold calls. I worked out and I got a bunch of offense work done. And there's a few key points I want to talk about today. So today was the first day where I had a list done by the new VA that I hired. And this guy is terrible, man. He's terrible at finding any kind of leads or anything. I don't know what the hell he's doing, right? So he clocked in like 13 hours yesterday. He gave me a list of 97, I think it was, or like 95 leads. And today I did cold calls on all 97. So I did 97 cold calls today. And it was the shittiest list I've ever seen in my life. He would put the position as like a CEO, but then when you go to the person's LinkedIn, it says like administrator or it says like manager or chief marketing, whatever. It's like everything was wrong. Like this guy was so lazy with his work. I'm about to refund his ass. I'm gonna give him a day or two from now. I told him exactly like what you're doing wrong. I even recorded my cold calls today. And I sent it to him and I put notes on every single lead that he put. Like this one's wrong because of this is that, dead number, this is wrong, like this guy doesn't work here anymore, like just all this like BS. Like he did zero research, right? And it really it pissed me off today. This guy got me really pissed off. I'm paying you money to do a good job, but you're giving me shitty work. So, and not only that, 13 hours for 90 leads is terrible, man. What are you doing? Like, you have to be, like, watching a show or something. Like, if you're going to give me bad data and only do 90 in 13 hours, then you're just a bullshitter. So, thinking about cutting him off after a day or two of work. Like, I don't even care. But it had me thinking, right? So, 97 cold calls today. The results were, I talked with, like, I think one owner, and I talked with one manager who said the owner might be interested in selling. So I had like one okay lead, literally, that's it. And it wasn't even an owner. So bullshit, like pissed me off, right? But it had me thinking, like, I started watching these interviews of these people who completed QLA. This one person who completed it, right now, his company makes about 32 million in EBITDA, which means 32 million in profit, not revenue, right? He's a QLA. He did exactly what I'm doing, and he succeeded at it. And he was explaining how he does his outreach and his lead generation machine. He had a word for describing it, but he said that the way he does it is he creates a list of like 100 targets, and he targets them on LinkedIn, then email, and then cold call. But by the time he gets to the cold call, they already like booked. He says he'd reach out to 100 and he'd get like 30 to 40 meetings booked in his calendar. And then out of 30 meetings, he'd get 2 deals. So he'd create a bunch of LOIs, go through the deals, 2 of them land, right? So he has a system and he's done it multiple times. He's like, I do 1, 2, 3, and I get deals. So it reminded me of this clip. I'm going to clip it right now.
How many calls is it going to take? Am I going to find one? I'm going to run out of people to call. You know what I mean?
Okay, so a few things. Let's talk about deal flow. One, if you are going to cold call, first of all, 11,000 dials is impressive. So 99% of
No,
people,
1100, 1100.
even still, it still is better than probably most everybody here. So fair play. A lot of people just don't dial. They go through the broker route and that's that. Okay, so let's first talk about smiling and dialing. Those who are in cold sales know this, and I have a background in that world from a different life. Almost always, it's going to be on your second or your third or your fourth attempt to get through where you're actually going to break the fourth wall and have a meaningful interaction. Either take your 1100, I would dial those 3 or 4 times so at least they know you on a first name basis. I mean, I would work your 1100 and try to get to, have at least a handful or a dozen or a few dozen of those business owners who are at retirement age, know you on a first name basis, hopefully get a cup of coffee with them or have a phone call with them. Like, double down on, go deep as opposed to wide. I mean, the idea of buying a business is you only need one business owner that wants to do a deal with you.
So basically, I was told as advice, go deep, not wide. This whole time I've been going super wide. And maybe it's still a good strategy and I'm just not doing it right. But maybe it's time for me to start going deep rather than wide. So something else that I was working on when I got home after I worked out, I was basically creating my own list of 100 targets in my city. I'm going to create 100 targets and I'm going to reach out to them on LinkedIn. I'm going to email them and then I'm going to call them. And then maybe mail them. And maybe go from there. I don't know. Well, I'm going to focus on going deep, not wide. And maybe I just contact these same 100 until I reach them and either get a yes or no. I just stay like persistent on one solid list rather than going wide on a big list. And that's just going to be a new strategy. I'm going to try it out. I'm still going to get a VA to make like a big list for me because I want to make like a really, really big cold email campaign. I still really want to do that. Speaking of cold emails, I had the cold email campaign that I made like 2 days ago for accounting people. Okay? I'm trying to create like bird dogs. If you did real estate, you know what bird dogs are. It's basically someone that finds a deal for you and then you cut them a commission check for helping you find a deal. So I'm trying to do that with accountants. So I sent a cold email campaign with accountants saying, if any one of your clients is looking to retire, yada, yada, yada. I had about a 24% open rate on 200 to 300 emails sent. No replies. So that route isn't working. Accounts are very skeptical people. So yeah, but I always have to send emails in some sort of way. I have to be sending them emails. Yeah, that's basically it, man. I saw someone's comment. Someone was saying, man, you're gonna burn out. The way you're going, you're gonna burn out. And what I definitely know is that I may burn out. But what I can tell you, one, if I burn out, at least it's entertainment for you guys. You guys would be entertained by this. And two, I know for sure I wouldn't give up. I'm going to stay persistent. I think that's the number one quality that it takes to succeed. Just being persistent. Keep trying. Don't give up. Keep pushing like with everything you have every day. And it really is the hardest thing in the world where like you start your day and you literally put out all your energy that you had from your whole entire day. I went to work, I worked out, offense, the whole 9 yards. Like literally my whole day was work. Like actually, like from the moment I woke up until right now before this video, all day was work. You put in all your energy and then you literally get nothing out of it. Like even at work, like not every day is solid, man. Like some days are just slow. You're not getting sales. I have a sales job, right? So it's like you put forward your best foot and you still come out empty-handed, but yet you still keep pushing. That's really the hardest thing. And not only would it put a toll on you emotionally, right? But like when your bank account is empty, man, it's just like you just got to keep pushing, man. It's hard, but you just keep doing it because the only other option is to like sit there and cry about it. So what else am I going to do? I don't know. I have to try something because this shit I have right now is not going to pan out. And I am not willing to settle with where I'm at. Like it's going to be terrible for me if I do. I'm tired of sleeping on the ground, man. Like that is my bed right there. I'm tired of sleeping on the ground. It's time for me to have a bed. And it's not to say like I can't afford a bed. If you're new to this series, I sleep on the floor. until I succeed. Like, that's the idea. And I have a background of like a skyline because one day I want to have a skyline behind my wall. And this is my phone case. It used to have a skyline right here, but it faded away. And I don't want to buy a new case. This one's pretty dirty though, right? But I want to have a skyline. Like, I want to have a better life, man. I'm so tired where I'm at, and I complain every single video. This is the journey though. This is what it is, man. And one day I'm gonna frame this dollar, and it's just what it is, man. I'm not here to say boo-hoo for me. I'm just saying, okay, what's the next strategy? What am I gonna do next? You know, one day, man, it's just gonna spark and something's gonna happen. Oh yeah, another thing that happened today. I had a meeting with a broker, and I was talking about this deal, and they want like a 7 times multiple, like a 7x multiple, which is like insane. Like 3 to 4 is like what a broker might give you, and then a hot deal might be like 1.5 to 2 times multiple, right? But basically, this broker is listing a business that has been on sale so many times for the past 15 years, on and off the market, right? And the owner finally passed away, and now there's like a court-appointed attorney or something, like someone from the court appointed to take care of this sale of the business. And they're trying to go for like some insane multiple. And she's telling me like, yeah, we have someone who's a strategic buyer, and they gave us an offer. So I was like, that's not us, man. It was basically like a waste of my time. But yeah, it's like every day I'm putting forward my best foot, and it's gonna pan out, man. It's gonna pan out. I'm banking on it, really.